Alright everybody, in today's Peroxide video, I'm going to be giving you guys 10 tips and tricks on how you can improve your PvP. Now, just to put into perspective how this guide could possibly help you guys, just look at my past videos and the gameplay I did in those. They were either invasions or PvP. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not going to post my losses on my channel, but you know, you can tell like I don't completely know what I'm doing in the, you know what I'm saying, the PvP fights. In the fights were kind of lashed out, they were very long, but in this video you can tell the big difference. I'm getting them done fast. You know, this was actually consecutive fights in a row, so you know, these tips really helped me, and you know, I'm gonna go ahead and share them with you guys. Hopefully you guys learned something new. So without further ado, let's get started. So first tip is use something that fits your playstyle. And what I mean by this, don't use a legendary ability just because it's legendary. Use something, you know what I'm saying, you're comfortable with. Like if you're comfortable with M1ing, then use a strength build. If you're comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, keeping your distance and using overpowered moves, then you know, go spirit. It's simple as that. You know what I'm saying, you guys should probably already know this, you know, that's why it's the first tip. Tip number 2, make sure you guys master your Segunda, your Volt Standing, or your Bankai Mastery. You know, it goes deeper than just raising the power on your moves or the time on your, you know what I'm saying, your timer for your second stage ability. This actually improves your base, you know, abilities too, for your Volt Standing or Segunda, things like that. You know, you see a bunch of people doing tons of damage with their moves, and then your moves are just doing chump damage. Well, that's because they have their mastery maxed out and you don't. You know, this personally is the thing on this list that changed my game the most, because I never really was, you know, bad at the PvP. I just had horrible moves and I wasn't putting in the damage I was supposed to be putting. So, you know what I'm saying, if you played past, you know what I'm saying, fighter games and you're just trash at this one, you don't have this maxed out, this might be the thing that changes your game. So, you know what I'm saying, just make sure you guys do that before you go into PvP. Now, tip number 3, use your dodges or evasives right. You know what I'm saying, the reason why this is important is because, you know what I'm saying, say you use it too early, say you use it while someone's just starting their M1s, like an NPC. Whenever someone hits the first M1, you use your evasive. No, you should not be doing that. And the reason is because they're gonna still have their combo extender, even though it is a little thing that can save you from taking tons of damage, because if they don't have that extender, they're gonna be forced to use the move that they would, you know, use at the end of the extender. So make sure you guys do that. You know what I'm saying, it's a pretty simple tip, but make sure you guys use this, it's important. Now, my next tip, one of the more important ones but seems simple, is use a good weapon. Never use a greatsword. You know, even though you do get a little extra damage, a little extra range, like the speed on that greatsword it's just not it, especially in a game where, you know, you're constantly moving around a lot and people with dual blades, like they will win the M1 competition every time, and if you're hitting someone and they're blocking, they can easily counter you, and you know what I'm saying, it won't even be any difficulty because of how slow the greatsword is. So just make sure you're using a single blade, guns, you know, double blade, you know, something like that. Never use a greatsword. Now, next tip I have for you guys, do not go into arena if you're not max level or at least close. You know, pretty simple. You do not want to be going into a game with someone who's possibly you know what I'm saying, max mastery in the second stage and max level. Like, it's too big of a difference, trust me, and it makes a pretty big difference. I know this from experience. Next tip is have some decent accessories on that complement your build. Now, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to have any crazy legendary accessories on. It could just be a couple rares that give you a couple Rietsu or strength, whatever is, you know what I'm saying, complementing your build. It's one of the more less impactful tips on this video, but if you're just starting and you're wanting to feel the PvP out, it will help you even if it's just a little bit. Alright, you guys, next tip is knowing your skill set. So basically what I mean by this is knowing what's a combo extender, what isn't, what block breaks, how far this range is, simple stuff like that. You guys probably already know this subconsciously from just, you know, doing invasions and killing hollow NPCs while you're getting to max level. So most of you guys might not even need to learn this, but you do want to have at least one combo before going into PvP, like with your extender and then something else, you know, something simple like that that could put on a lot of damage, especially in PvP. Now, next tip is something you're gonna actually have to learn while you're PvPing, and it's learning your opponent's skill set and knowing what, you know what I'm saying, their block breakers are and what their combo extenders are, things like that. So this isn't just gonna come naturally unless you just sit there and look at the tree and see what's a block break and what isn't. I'd personally just recommend playing for yourself and taking a couple L's here and there just to get some more knowledge on what you're gonna be fighting. If you do end up taking the Trilo route, just look at most of the legendaries, because a lot of people go down the legendary route. So just see what's a block breaker, what isn't on there. You don't have to know every single ability and what they do. You just got to have a simple understanding on what you need to, block and what you can't. Now, next tip I have for you guys is blocking. So this kind of goes with the previous tip I said, but it's a little different. So for example, say you're getting M1, but you have your block up, you actually have the advantage. You can actually counter on the third M1 every single time. You just got to make sure you do it quick enough, and you can do that by just simply holding down your M1 while you're holding F, and then when you release F, you'll automatically start M1ing. So pretty simple, and this goes for other skills as well. There'll be little pockets of opening when you can actually counter your opponent. So just make sure you guys know when and when you can't do that. Now, my next and final tip is having a decent build. Now, I'm not sure if a lot of you guys are struggling with this, or any of you guys at all, but if you are, just make sure you have a good build. It kind of goes with the lower level thing. Stepping into PvP as a lower rank, you're gonna get smoked, but if you step in here with a trash build, you're gonna get smoked as well. So if you guys need help making a build, then you could just filter in the Discord spirit build or strength build. Someone will have a build right there, or you can go to one of my videos and follow the steps on there. You can copy my builds. You can, I do have a video on telling you guys how you can make a build that's perfect for you. So you basically have all the materials right in front of you. Just make sure you guys fix your builds before you go into PvP, please. But yeah, guys, that's about it for today's Peroxide video. Be sure to let me know if any of these tips helped you guys out, or if you need further guidance and have any specific questions on how to PvP. I'll be happy to help you guys out. But yeah, that's about it for today's video, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Peace.